Greetings, fellow K-Knights. This is Javakis with another Let's Play episode 9 of Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, featuring the Age of Redemption 2012 mod. Now, I left episode 8 with an unfortunate event. My milkmaid had been killed by a Nosferatu. That was unfortunate. But when I came back to the Haven later on, after doing some shopping, she is alive once again. Now, this got me to thinking, should that be possible in Age of Redemption 2014? Should you be required to go out and find more people to hunt and bring back to your haven, or just keep hunting outside? Yeah, I was thinking probably take some time to do some modifications to some of the streets to make it easier to hunt outside, and have some specific spawn points that create pedestrians that do not constantly revive when they are killed. Instead, that you have to go back to certain points that will essentially create another pedestrian. Like, for example, here, I left this here, so I'll go out in the Golden Lane. Like this area here is pretty well guarded, and I was getting some comments that maybe streets like these should not be so well guarded. And I'm also thinking some of these places along the road here, along the street, could be accessible, and you can go in there and hunt on occasion. And if somebody dies, you know, you can leave and then come back later, and they'll be back on the streets. That way, you know, you're not gonna completely kill off the whole town, and that'll be it, and you'll have nothing left to feed off of. That would suck. But I'm thinking kind of make this Golden Lane area less guarded. There's actually quite a few shops. Kind of looks like this is an alchemy street. I mean, you got indications of alchemy here, like maybe an apothecary shop, and you have the gypsy Norna, and then you have essentially another shop towards the end of the street here, which is another alchemy shop, and that's the pharmacy. That's a pharmacy, but anyway, there's just, I don't know, it just seems like an area filled with a lot of dubious practices, and you would think that this would be a great place to go at night to find unsuspecting victims that just typically roam around at night. But I think quality of blood should also be another factor, and I think certain areas that are easier to hunt should not come with very good quality blood. Like, you're mostly going to find beggars and maybe even thugs and stuff. Is, you know, it's the less fortunate of blood. Maybe even those suffering from disease. So you have to be careful who you feed off of, and certain unsecure areas that aren't guarded. Something to consider. But anyway, that being said, I reached the end of these tunnels, and I was about to head to level 4, I think. Oh no, I was about to head to level 3. I was currently on Joseph's Tunnel level 2, and and I need to speed this up. Anyway, there's apparently a greeter here who isn't hostile, which is kind of unusual. Apparently there's only 2 Nosferatu throughout this whole throughout this whole mission, really, that have not attacked me, which is a little strange, but it's reflective of the retro hack and slash style of the game. I mean, granted, I got these Nosferatu who are now on my side, but yeah, they're kind of the exception to the rule, because they are really the enemy. But anyway, what seems to follow in this next level is some sort of maze or puzzle, and this Elid gives kind of a cryptic explanation of what's ahead, and I already went through here, to be quite honest. I had some issues with my shadow play. It corrupted much of my playthrough of this area, so I had to I had to save at a rather inopportune area, and the only way I could fix it was to essentially double back through that whole level and wait for the respawn timer to respawn the enemy. So I'm essentially playing this for the second time, going back through this area, because I had a foul up in shadow play which corrupted my audio, and it looks like the respawn timer is about to respawn some enemies. That's okay. That's okay. That's no big deal. Oh, while I was thinking, I came to the realization when I was reviewing my videos here that I was not using Majesty. I had paid for it, but I wasn't using it. So I think I should get this ready. I should put it somewhere where I'm going to use it quite a bit. So I'm thinking I will bind it, likely, I will bind it to 1, 2, 3, I'll bind it to 4. So that's location 4. If I press 4, yeah, it'll go to that. Okay, entrancement bound to 3, and then I got celerity. Okay, actually, I think I should do, what the, are you guys seeing this? What is that? That is weird. I must be having a glitch or something. Okay, anyway, moving on. Alright, so I have Majesty down to 3, so I gotta remember that. It's actually a rather useful ability, and I shouldn't be avoiding it. But anyway, while I'm here, I might as well talk to Elid. He'll give me a little tip. Not that I haven't spoken to him before. But anyway.
The path of Cain is the only escape. Follow it. Let it lead you.
Gosh, I have to say that line has been stuck in my head for years. Yeah, have you ever done that when you're having a hard time in life and you say to yourself, "The path of Cain is the only escape. Follow it, let it lead you." Oh, I don't know. Use that line on your kids. See how they react to it. Anyway. Probably for the not-so-Christian families, maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. Speaking heresy here. Alright, so, anyway. For me, I am back here at the Hall of Doors, apparently. With a bunch of pictures, various pictures above the doors, kind of reflecting a theme. And to find out what that theme is, to get yourself an idea of which door you should go through, you should read the plaques, and they'll give you an indication. For example,
in the beginning, there was only Cain. Cain who sacrificed his brother out of love. Cain, who was cast out. Cain, who was cursed with the lust for blood. It is Cain from whom we all come, our sire's sire.
Right. So, well, apparently, an image of what appears to be a vampire with a tear in his eye might be Cain himself. And it's red, so it kind of represents blood, doesn't it? So, each time you get it right, you proceed a little further forward. Whenever you get it wrong, you go back all the way to the beginning.
For the passing of an age, Cain lived in the land of Nod, in loneliness and suffering. For an eon he remained alone, but the passing of memory drowned his sorrow, and so he returned to the world of mortals. To the world of mortals. To the world his brother and his brother's children had created.
To the world of mortals. Well, that looks like vampires over there, up on the top there. And when you look at this door up here, it looks like a castle. Looks like man-made buildings, so looks like the world of mortals. Yep. That's how that works. Alright, so what was that? Come on, guys. That was weird. Okay. Getting kind of glitched out there. Must have been because of something that happened up there. I don't know. Kind of seems weird. Alright, so this one. Alright, I counted those onks. Those are 13 onks. So I am under the assumption that that door represents the 13 tribes. So if you ever get a plaque that describes 13 tribes, that's when you choose that kind of door. And I can see another symbol over here that looks like waves and water. So anyway, but it looks like we have a choice of 3 vampires or the 13 tribes. Well, to find out which.
Though he became ruler of a mighty nation, Cain was still alone. For none was as he. His sorrow grew once again. Then he committed another great sin, for he begat progeny, of whom there were only 3. But from them came more progeny, Cain's grandchildren. And then Cain said, "An end to this crime. There shall be no more." And as Cain's word was law, his brood obeyed him. The city stood for many ages and became the center of a mighty empire.
Of whom there were 3. Sounds good to me. Alright. So what do we got here? Looks like we proceeded more forward here. And we got two options. We got a door here. Then we got another door up there. Another one representing the 13 tribes. And another representing water waves.
But then came the deluge, a great flood that washed over the world. The city was destroyed, and its people along with it. Again Cain fell into a great sorrow and went into solitude, becoming as a dog amidst the wastes, and leaving his progeny to their own ends. They came to him and begged him to return, to help them rebuild the city. But he would not come with them, saying the flood had been sent as punishment for his having returned to the world of life and subverting the true law.
Did I end that too early? Never mind. But it does talk about a Great Flood, so it seems logical to say it's that. Alright. Interesting. Oh, we got it. Oh, okay, interesting. Apparently, one of the doors represents the puzzle too, but I've never had to go back to it. Be curious if they made, you know, they expanded this a bit more and made it to where some of them you have to go back to. Alright, so we got a representation of Cain again, and 3 vampires, and we got 13 major tribes. Well, I'm pretty sure that's the one left we have not gone through. We've already gone through the others, but if you want to hear the story of Cain, you want to read the plaque.
A great war was waged, the elders against their children, and the children slew their parents. The rebels then built a new city and brought to it 13 tribes. It was a beautiful city, and its people worshipped them as gods. They created new progeny of their own, the 4th generation of Cainites. But they feared the jihad, and it was forbidden for those children to create others of their kind. Although this city was as great as Cain's, eventually it grew old. As do all living things, it slowly began to die. Their city was destroyed and their power extinguished. With their authority gone, all were free to create their own broods, and soon there were many new Cainites who ruled across the face of the earth.
Right. 13 tribes. I get the feeling that's the last door. What do you know? Alright, let's see here. Before I took around the corner here. Okay, got a couple of ghouly ghouls here. I'm actually going to use Majesty for this one.
Stand and deliver. Send thy heart screaming to hell. You come hither and get.
That works pretty well. How much blood does that use up? It uses up 20 blood, but totally controls the battlefield. Alright. Didn't forget to have my flamey effects here. Yeah, by the way, I already looted this area, so yeah. Like I said, I already came back through here, so I'm just kind of replaying it with the timer.
I send thy evil screaming to hell.
Oh, you know what? I think I remember. I created a rule that if a vampire or somebody's using invisibility or obfuscate, Majesty won't work on them. So, probably not as useful around this area. Notice that there's a button down there at the base of the stairs. I'll just tell you, it opens something up here. It opens that up. Come on, let's tighten up. Press E for defense. Okay, she's getting close. Okay, she's closing in. Alright, here we go. I think at this point I'll stick with combat. Oh, did I fail that? I did, didn't I? Failed celerity. Yeah, I'd rather not try that again. Switch it. Rather keep some blood for. There we we go.
You stop!
Alright. By the way, there was only a bastard sword in there, so it doesn't make any sense to have such a hidden place for such a measly little treasure. I might need to change that in 2014, make the treasure in there a little more, I don't know, worth finding. Alright, let's see here. I really want to refrain from using BT. I'm still going to stick with my rule here. Before I go around that corner, I know it's going to trigger that wraith, so I'm going to head back to my haven and restock on some blood here, do some hunting, attend to my flock, essentially, and quickly head on back. Okay, let's see here. Switch.
I do withdraw. Is upon me, and I must feed.
Go right ahead. Everyone, go all out. Stop obsessing about the milkmaid. No, no. I will obsess about the milkmaid. Where is the milkmaid? Oh. No.
Return to me.
No, mine. Here. There, you go get him. You have fun with that. There.
Return to me.
Switch to defensive mode. Come on, guys. Alright, let's see here.
I do withdraw.
Yeah, just go right ahead. Guys still hungry? No? Okay. Let's see here. How much blood do we got? Yeah, so we're in decent enough shape. Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out, man. As long as it's not me. I'm trying to keep his humanity up as much as I can.
Return to me. Return to me.
Alright, let's regroup. Let's head on back. That is a nice color palette, I must admit. That looks really good. Gosh. 7 hour time trying to figure out where to sit. Okay, I'm going to set to attack mode before going into this.
One who prizes the living over the dead.
In the world?
Thou hast entered
Come hither
the
and hear the
hall
sweet sound
King
of my sword.
That was interesting.
of the first. Thy canine flesh must be unraveled from thy canine bones, that thou may enter the halls of the dead, naked of all but thy canine spirit.
Alright, man. Alright. Come on. Whoa, he does a lot of damage. Okay, here we go. Alright. He keeps teleporting, by the way. That's a new feature in 2012. He'll keep teleporting. And when he teleports, the target he's going after will be hit by fear. Okay. This could be a really hanky fight, because he does a lot of damage on each strike. Oh.
Behold, Christoph, there are worse fates than death, and worse than unlife is a vampire.
Thou spoke true.
He hits slow, but he hits hard. This was the one area I didn't travel to. I got up to here and realized my my recording was corrupted. I'm hoping this recording is not corrupted. It's hard to tell. I have to actually review it later to find out whether it's corrupted. Alright, so looks like I found the reliquary. Loot this area as much as I can and head on out. I also did what I could to fix the doors so nobody gets stuck on there. That's why I fixed a lot of the doors where you can only open them, you can't close them again. This makes it to where they don't block pathing. I always found that annoying when your own party members couldn't even follow you because their pathing is so horrible and they can't navigate around props. They don't know how to do that. That's one of the things I've been trying to fix here is get as many collidables out of the way as possible so that the AI's pathetic navigation doesn't have to get caught on everything. Okay, so it looks like I have to head back to the Prince. How's my blood? Looks like a good time to head back to the Haven too. But it looks like I'm closer to the Prince than I am to my Haven. Of course I can use the Walk the Abyss, but I'm going to take a quick trip across here. Okay, I know when I try to cross over there, Othelius is going to come at me. Right. I could avoid this whole fight, or I could engage. I'm going to say before I do it, because he can be a tough fight if you're trying to fight him out in the open. Right. Alright, I'll go back to this point. Okay. Alright. Alright, here we go. Switch to attack mode. Switch to attack mode. Come on. Come on, boys and girls. Oh, it looks like she got Vaklav. Nice one! Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on. We can do this. We can do this. Come on. Othelius is one tough bastard when you have to face him out in the open like that. Oh, crap. No. Calm down. Calm yourself.
I crave blood.
Oh, wow. That was close. That was close. We almost lost somebody. Okay. I almost went down. Oh, now we have Othelius. Othelius. Oh. Hey, what's going on with you? You can't be diseased. That's impossible. Are you diseased? There's no way you can be afflicted by that. You're a golem. I'm pretty sure by transitioning the level that disease is gone now, so he should be fine. Okay, so switch to defense mode so I don't
Return to me.
So I don't attack everybody coming out. Defense E. Defense E. Quick key is E, by the way, just to remind people. Quick key for attack is A. F11. F11. Hide the GUI. Quick reminder. Okay, so heading off to the Prince to give the reliquary.
Behold the reliquary with the arm of St. George. I pray thee, tell us of those that are missing.
Yes, thou hast done well. We shall tell thee a tale to curdle thy blood. Thy absent friends and vanished allies now dwell in Vienna, at the Chantry of the damnable clan Tremere. They abduct mortals and turn them into ghouls, that they may have foot soldiers in their bloody war against the Tzimisce. But now the Tremere have undertaken to abduct their fellow vampires in violation of all Cainite law. They conjoin the flesh of many vampires to create demonic gargoyles to fight the Tzimisce. Such are the ways of those that did once plunder the power of Cain by committing an unspeakable act upon a grandchild of Cain.
Where have they taken the slaves?
We know not, but our spies have ferreted out their slave master. His name is Ardan, and he dwelleth in a secret Tremere Chantry hidden within an alchemist's shop in Golden Lane.
We seek thy princely permission to attack him and liberate such slaves as he has taken.
Such dispensation I do not give lightly, for we of Clan Ventru have lately joined in an alliance with the Tremere. We do use the Tremere for our own ends against the hated Tzimisce clan. Yet for their crimes against my city, the Tremere must pay a debt of blood. We do bestow our princely dispensation upon thee. Thou mayst assault Arden's Chantry and liberate such Cainite slaves as he has taken.
This is a humanity option right here.
May we liberate mortal slaves as well, or does the prince care not for those whose blood sustains us?
I see that Ekaterina the Wise has not yet tamed the impertinent tongue of this child. I shall assist her in the chore. Now that thou hast paid the price, I give thee full dispensation to liberate such mortals as thou findest within Arden's Chantry. Now get thee from my sight.
Well, we have a force suitable enough to do it. We got the powerful Wraith, Vaclav, and we have Othelius. We have Othelius with us. So, I have to deal with those bloody mages. Now I need to figure out. Do I want to spend more on Majesty? Yeah, his duration's a little weak right now, isn't it? I actually want to get his feet up too. So that means spending more on his wits. Yeah. Get his wits and spend more on feed. When you spend more dots on feed and spend more on wits, your chance of feeding increases considerably. Feed by far does the most. The more points you put into this, the more likely you are to successfully feed off of the unwilling. Alright, let's see here. Cloak of Shadows. You know, it would be more tactful for him to embrace that. I'm thinking, yeah, let's get his wits up there because that's a good thing to have anyway. And then have Cloak the Gathering. That would be... Yeah, I wanted him to go with Majesty, but I think once we have Obfuscate, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with that for now. His appearance is pretty high up there. I'll eventually get him up to Majesty. Eventually. So for now, okay, I'll give him a little more dexterity. What else can I spend on? Maybe... Wow, his perception was diluted. I'll get some of it back up. Just spend a few points into it. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, let's see. Spend more on her intelligence so I can get Plague Wind. Ah, finally. I can now unlock Plague Wind. Awesome. Awesome. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I also think I should spend more on her wits too, so I can cover that ground as well. That way we can all be effective at feeding at a whim. So if we want to grab somebody, we can grab them. rather than have to use a presence power or something similar to awe them, or to, you know, subjugate them first. Instead, we can just grab them. So, off I go to deal with those bloody mages. But, oh yeah, can I use Walk the Abyss here? Nope, I cannot. I'll put that back. Okay. So much for that idea. Okay, let's see here. I think what I'm going to do is I can create a Haven portal while I'm in the Chantry. So while I'm raiding his Chantry, I'll enter into the Chantry, and then I'll use Walk the Abyss, and I'll get everybody's blood up. Because I'm pretty sure Othelius needs to feed after being revived, and he hasn't fed yet. And it's always a good idea to even make sure that these subjugated followers are getting their blood up too. That's an important element of Age of Redemption, because they follow you long enough to where you're gonna wanna maintain them.
This shop is but a mask, concealing the face of the Tremere in their lair.
Right. Somebody commented that it should be more difficult to find the Chantry Haven in the shop, because he says it's but a mask concealing the face of the Tremere. Well, the Tremere should have, I don't know, an intricate puzzle of which to find the Haven, to access the Haven, rather than just this. Because as it stands, all I have to do is just walk back here and open this curtain up.
What wonders are these? 'Tis as if the Tree of Knowledge and the Tree of Life have rooted in this terrible place.
These are magicked trees. The Tremere revel in their thaumaturgical power to reshape the world to their purposes.
Okay. You know, I'm just gonna head down just a bit more before I create my Haven portal.
Even the humble fruits of the earth are weapons to the Tremere.
Then let us reap a harvest of unliving mages. We have found the roots of the great trees, and perhaps the root of Tremere power.
What wickedness do they brew here?
Now see, this is exactly what I'm talking about passive conversations. I think there needs to be more of them, more passive conversations, especially in the monastery, places like that, rather than, you know, taking my focus away from combat. That way I can just keep looking around and keep my guard up. Because obviously there's something up here waiting for me. So I'm gonna head out to my haven again and do some feeding.
I do withdraw.
Mortal, Serena hath need of thy vitae.
Everybody's getting stuck on each other. Okay, looks like they're gonna... Alright. They were trying to go around. I want my milkmaid, though. Where is she? She's over here in the corner, like usual. Come on, baby. Give me some sugar.
Hunger is upon me and I must feed.
Mortal, Serena
No.
has need of thy vita.
Oh, never mind.
Return to me.
Okay. I think we'll do a round 2 for that one. Because I don't know if we got enough blood. No, we still need more blood. I need more blood. For sure. So I'm going to head on back and then head on in. And there we go again.
I do withdraw.
Attend! Attend!
Okay, let me see here. I'm kind of stuck. Okay, here we go. Oh.
Attend! Attend!
Return to me.
Okay, let me get them all closed in here. So I noticed that Serena's followers will only feed if she is feeding. So she needs to be in feeding mode.
I hope.
And in this case, she's already full, so she's not, her AI isn't going to consider feeding. So I need to get her close enough to where everyone else can start feeding while she's feeding. Either that or their blood's already up. Okay, so they're not even making an attempt to pursue anything.
For the love of God.
Okay.
Come unto me.
Alright, so let's see here.
Spare me.
Never mind. Fucking trains. Gosh, they're all over the place. Okay, let me see here. I think, yeah, we're all full. We're in pretty good shape. I'd say we are...
Return to me.
We're ready to do this mission.